found a way to do it. He would be in bed, get up, come on, Ludwig, wouldn't get up, so she would go to the piano, and she would go, bop, bop, bop. He would stagger out of bed, ba. Now, could you feel that when I went, bop, bop, bop? Can you feel your brain go, ee, 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 ee? And then I go, ba. Ah, thank God she's done. Well, now think of every negative thing you've heard. Bop, bop, bop. Every positive thing you've heard. Ba, bye. What we need to do is learn how to reverse that for ourselves, because our brains, like you could feel, things that have closure go away. So that is why, for example, some people alluded to, I believe it was Frida, alluded to the 3 good things. One thing I do at night, I can't keep a journal to save my life, so I don't do the journal thing. But when I go to bed, I am a highly active person, so why should that stop when I try to go to sleep? So when I'm lying there, my husband falls asleep late. So I'm lying there, and what I do is I try to take a spotlight, and I scan through my day. And what I do is I search, I put that spotlight on things that went right that day. When I was at my best, when I had a positive experience, when I was caught up in work and my time flew, any positive experience and emotion. And I want you guys, especially you insomniacs, to do that as well. And what you find is that you remember things that would have been lost to you forever, because we naturally snag on everything we didn't do. You ever do that to-do list, but have you ever written a I did it list? I remember when July, I was in Portugal and very jet lagged, and so I decided I'd kind of write what I did that year, because I live in the place of everything I haven't done. But that's one way to reverse the focus. Sure, don't talk yourself out of that what you didn't do matters, but talk yourself into that what you did does matter. Because remember, in this way, positive psychology is complementary. It's not a replacement. It isn't cognitive behavior therapy, where you really do try to reframe what happened. You know, you really try to make it better than it was. This is, you know, be as miserable as you really are about that thing that is upsetting you, and really open up and attach to the thing that is good. And if you do it, you'll find things about your own life. Now, why is that important? You know, what you pay attention to matters, and think about what it buys you, both in your own life and in the lives of your clients. So imagine you're sitting down. Do you all remember the Rosenthal studies, you know, when, like, the teachers had to teach kids and they were told this group is bright and this group is dumb, and they're actually all the same. At the end of the year, the bright kids did better and the dumb kids did worse. They can't do that kind of wonderful research anymore. But now they've done it with rats and they've done it with dolphins. And think about it. It's when you're sitting with someone and you're looking at them and you're thinking, what's wrong with you? Like, even very empathically, you pull out a whole set of, you're an affect primer. You are like that subliminal stimulation up there. But how can you also be pulling for, what's right with you? You know, or when someone mentions something about their day, to like really help them foster a savoring experience or an appreciation for what is going right. You know, I don't know if you guys know the affect priming studies where, you know, you go up to take a test or something and then a stooge kind of looks at you and say, oh, women aren't very good at that. And then another stooge says, oh, women are good at that, or blacks or men or whatever. The people who get that, oh, you're going to be good at this, their performance goes up. And think about, as therapists, parents, teachers, managers, how can we manage the positive Pygmalion effect and help people that we're with access what's right with them, and along the way make sure you do it for yourself? So the first thing is reverse the focus. The next one is develop a language of flourishing and strengths. So How many of you are from Boston? How many of you are, okay, how many of you are like from far away? Out of Boston? Well, a lot. Congratulations for making it through the blizzard. I am really impressed. So, Boston, we're supposed to be a pretty smart town. And do you all know that organization Mensa? I have no idea what it actually stands for, really something, something smart, something. I have no idea what. My sister was a member, I was not. So, my grudge. Anyway, we're in Boston, and you know, we're really smart. So I guess it was Boston Magazine did a survey, and they figured, you know, the smartest Mensa president had to be in Boston. So they asked this guy all kinds of questions. What is transmogrification? How does the cotton gin work? They could not stump the Mensa president. Finally, at the end of the interview, the reporter looks at the president and says, "Tell me, what are your greatest intellectual strengths?" "I don't know," the guy said. "You stumped me." Now, think about that. If that is true for the Mensa president, how true is it for you? You have an articulate way to diagnose and assess pain and neurosis, psychosis, access to annoying people. You can do that really well. Think about this. Think of the last time you had like a really, really lousy interaction with someone. Maybe you felt betrayed, let down, etc. I'm not going to do it because we don't have time, but if I said to you, we did a little study, and if I said to you, okay, you've got 30 seconds, click, click, write down every single word that comes to your mind about that horrible experience, you will come up with a bunch of words. But let's think about the last time you had lunch with a friend whose company you enjoy. And I said, okay, 30 seconds, give me the words. It's much harder to do. It's much easier to describe a fight than it is a 20-year happy marriage or a nice lunch. So we see what we have words for.